I want to talk about this recent tear that we've had in the Vancouver real estate market. And we're going to talk about the greater Vancouver regional district, not just REBGV or FVRB or whatever they're calling themselves now. We want to take a look at the metro as a whole. The reason for that is Surrey's really giving Vancouver a run for its money in terms of becoming an economic power in the region. So, without further ado, let's bring up some charts. Now, I get my charts from ZLT. You can get your charts from wherever you like. Personally, I like ZLT because they were one of the first to start publishing statistics for Metro Vancouver and the area in BC, and I've got a lot of brand loyalty there. So go get your free account on zlt.ca. It's an amazing website. The first thing that we're looking at is a chart that's showing the median selling price in all areas. Now, if you know what median means, that's great. If not, go Google it. But this is a good benchmark of all properties that sold, what was right in the middle. Right now, for all residential property types, we're at a high. We're at another peak. We're looking at $841,000 as the median price. Let's take a look at what that means for the type of property that people are buying. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking another chart called the median selling price per square foot. So that's telling us the median property. How much do people pay per square foot of building or square foot of improvement that was on that property? Now, some people might say this doesn't mean a lot, but I would put forward that this is a median price across quite a few properties, so it's going to give us a fair representation. In April of 2018, people were paying, quite a bit more for properties, maybe around 750K. I think it's around there, maybe 795 actually. So if you divide that by the square footage or the price per square foot, we're getting about 1,350 square feet that people were purchasing in April of 2018 for the last peak. You can go look at ZLT and you can pull up what these numbers actually were. Now people are paying $545 a square foot, but that's getting them 1,540 square feet of property. So that's almost a 200 square foot increase in the amount of house you can buy, or that people are buying for what they're paying right now. So people are paying a little bit more, but they're also getting bigger homes and proportionately bigger homes, or disproportionately larger homes rather. So what does that tell me? That tells me that people cashed out, they're getting back in, and people that are buying homes now, they're getting better homes for the money that they're spending. Let's take a look at detached specifically. So detached is at a high. The previous high was in May 2018, and it was 1.32 million. Now we're looking at the median price being 1.34 million. We did have a trough through 2019, and now it's heading back up. This is only for detached, keep in mind. And it did break the peak pricing, but the 12-month average is still at that threshold, so it hasn't broken peak yet. If you look back to 2016, 2015, there's quite a bit of room for the prices to fall yet if something occurs. So what does that mean for the type of house people are buying? Well, in May 2018, people were able to buy a house that was about 2,500 square feet, and now that's approaching 2,700 square feet. So for the same money almost, you're getting a much larger house. I think the differential there is only $20,000. So for $20,000, people are getting 200 square feet more. Let's take a look at apartments. That's a different story altogether. The peak pricing for condos, median pricing rather, was, and again, this is the Metro Vancouver Regional District, so everything in Metro Vancouver. Peak pricing was $575,000 back in April of 2018. Fast forward to November 2020, that median pricing has dropped to 540K. It hasn't reached 575 again. It's struggling to try and approach that. So what does that mean for what people are buying? They're buying about the same type of product. So 782 versus 789 square feet. Median price, median square foot, price per square foot. So, taking that into account, prices are dropping for condos, and that's a fairly easy comparison to make using this data. Townhomes. So townhome pricing at its peak, it was 701. Now it's 695. That's a pretty small margin. So we'll say that, perhaps it's reached back to where it was prior. The pricing has been supported, and so we can see that 12-month average is staying fairly steady. And the pricing is not on any type of parabolic curve right now. In fact, it's going up and down quite frequently for median pricing. If we take a look at our price per square foot and what people are buying, again, townhouses are staying fairly steady. It used to be 1,550 square feet. Now people are buying 1,520 square foot product. This could be a function of the townhomes generally are only 1,500 square feet. It could also be a function of townhouse prices just staying steady. The pricing hasn't reached the previous peak it was at yet. It's stayed fairly flat. So it's really anybody's guess whether prices will climb in the townhouse market or whether they'll stay flat. So who cares? Why did I make this video? Well, some of the sales data that I've been tracking has sales to active list ratio sky high. Normally, a sky high sales to active list ratio means your prices are going to climb. Well, that's true for detached. It's not true for townhomes, though. So does that mean that sales to active lists should go out with the bathwater? Maybe. You have to take a look at all sorts of different factors. In a normal market, sales to active list is probably a good indicator. But in today's market, it's anybody's guess. There's all sorts of economic stimulus going on, all sorts of economic uncertainty. We have people that need to pay CERB again. Wouldn't be surprised if some of the realtors were in that group soon. So what's going to happen in 2021? I don't know, but I can tell you, it's certainly going to be better than whatever happened in 2020. So all that said, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. And I'll see you sometime soon. Happy holidays. And this has been Not an Agent.